Okay, our next theorem I like to call secant-secant because if you look at the two kinds of lines that we have here, we have a yellow line and a green line, and these two lines are going all the way through the circle, so we would call them two secants that intersect outside the circle. So keep in mind, like, this might look familiar because a minute ago, well, not a minute ago, a couple of days ago, we did a theorem with the angles. This exterior angle was equal to this arc minus this arc divided by 2. And now we're going back and we're talking about how long these pieces of these segments are, because it's some neat properties that these circles cut these segments proportionally. So on this one, here's how I like to think of it for the formula. That the outside piece of the secant, the part of the segment that is outside the circle, times the entire segment. Now the entire segment we would call W plus X. Be careful you times X when you're adding part plus part equals whole. So it's the outside times the whole thing is equivalent to the outside piece of the other segment times the whole other segment. Okay, keeping in mind that originally this was a proportion. Originally this was the proportion of W is to the whole other segment as W plus X. Well, as Y is to W plus X. So again, to me the proportion is harder to remember than the formula itself. But if you want to think about the fact that it cuts it proportionally, by all means. All right, so let's look at example 2. Find the value of each variable using the given chord, secant, and tangent lengths. If the answer is not a whole number, round to the nearest tenth. So the formula would say you've got two secants, right? You got red secant, not blue secant, and it would say take the part on the outside of the top secant and multiply it times the whole secant. So 11 plus 20 is equal to the part of this line that is outside the circle times the whole line, 13 plus c. And then you just solve that equation, right? So I'm going to do what's in parentheses first according to the order of operations. 11 times 31. And that's going to come out to be 341. Then over here we are going to distribute that 13 to both terms in the parentheses. 13 is 169 plus 13c. So write that down here. All right, again, we're just solving an equation for x here. So I'm going to subtract 169 to get 13c all by itself. So we get 13c equals, that's 172. And then the last thing would be to divide both sides by 13 to get c by itself. And that comes out to be, to the nearest tenth, approximately 13.2. Okay, let's look at, that one was pretty not too bad. This next one is a little more tricky. So let's take a look at that one. So we're going to do the outside piece. I'm going to start with the bottom secant first. The outside piece times the whole thing, right? So 3 times 7 is essentially, I don't have to do like 7 plus something. 7 is already the whole, right? The length of the whole secant. All right, now let's do the top. The outside piece, I don't know. I know the inside piece. The inside piece is x. I know the whole is going to be 6. So the whole is 6. Wouldn't the outside piece right here, won't that be 6 minus however much x is? Right? Think about it like, let's pretend for a minute this x is a 3. Then that would mean this is 3 because it's 6 minus that 3, right? So that missing piece there that we didn't know, it's just 6 minus however much x is. All right, so now let's solve this equation. So 3 times 7 is 21. We're going to distribute the 6 to both terms in the parentheses. So 36 minus, then subtract 36 from both sides. Okay, so this does give us a negative. Positive minus a larger number will give us a negative result of negative 15 equals negative 6x. I'm going to divide both of these by negative 6. It said to round our answer to the nearest tenth. So negative 15 divided by negative 6 comes out to 2.5. All right, so pause the video and... Okay, so I hope you said on the top secant 4 times the whole secant, which is 4 plus x, that's the whole thing. Then on the bottom secant, 6 is the outside piece, times 6 plus 10 is the whole thing. So, and maybe you just went ahead and called that 16. That's good too. So I'm going to distribute this 4 because now I'm solving an equation for x. So 16 plus 4x. This becomes 36 plus 60. So now we're going to, I guess again, I could have called that 16 times 6. Either way, we get 96 over here. Then I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. Divide by 4. And x equals 20.